Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I'm Matty Betts. Thanks for joining me for another video. We got NHL picks for you guys again today. Yesterday I had some personal things going on, so I had to miss yesterday's video, which is a bummer. Little recap on the video 2 days ago. Like I said, I do these while the game's already going on, so I can't give you, let's just say I do a video today. I can't, recap tomorrow while the games are actually happening. So that's something that kind of sucks. So it'll be like an every 2 days thing that I'm probably going to do, just kind of recap on, how the games went yesterday. If you're watching this, like in today's video, we're talking about Thursday's games. If you're watching it Thursday morning, you guys should know that, it was recorded beforehand, and obviously it's at the time that I'm watching the other games. So, but to talk about the bets that we made on Monday night for the Tuesday, slate of games. It's the same games that we're going to be covering today. As you guys can see, we got the Hurricanes and the Capitals right here, and then the Oilers and the Golden Knights. So that was 2 days ago. They're going to be playing every other day. So, yeah, sadly we missed out on this on Florida and Toronto, and then also Winnipeg Jets too. They're playing their series against the Dallas Stars, I believe. So it sucks that we haven't been able to talk about that yet because those are two really good series that I really do want to be able to bet about and give you guys advice on. But we'll wait a little bit. We'll get it all figured out, squared away, and I'll give you guys bets for that tomorrow. But we'll do a little recap. So for Tuesday games, we had like I said, these same teams. We had the Hurricanes at the Capitals. Same with the Oilers at the Golden Knights. We took the Capitals to win that game. My reasoning behind it was I like the Hurricanes to win the series, but I like the Capitals to win the first game, get a little bit of confidence going into the series. It'd be a longer series, and they'd be able to, the Hurricanes would come back and eventually end up winning that series, but the Capitals, would have a home win first game of the series. That didn't happen. Hurricanes won that, so Capitals lost, which sucks. We had the money line. It was pretty decent too. It was plus 105, so pretty much an even money bet right there. But these things happen. Now, moving on to the next game, we had Oilers Golden Knights. We took Edmonton there. I liked Edmonton to be able to bully and beat up the Golden Knights, which didn't actually start out that way. We just took Oilers money line, and Golden Knights went up 2-0 to start that game, and then they let the Oilers come back, beat them 4-2, and Oilers just scored 4 unanswered. So, yeah, it's one of those things. So that one cashed for us. We also had our 2-pick parlay. I take one pick from each game, just shots on goal. That's what I do here on this channel, or on this part of the channel at least. My brother does something different for NBA. So if you want more picks, you want more exciting picks, like 4-pick parlays and stuff like that, go bet on basketball with my brother. But for me, it's harder to do in this, just because there's only 2 games each day. So, that's what we're working with. We're just taking one pick from each game. But we had Andrei Svechnikov over 2.5 shots, and then also Connor McDavid, one of the best players in hockey. He was for the Oilers, and then we had Svechnikov for the Hurricanes, I believe. Is it Hurricanes or Capitals? It doesn't matter. Whatever. But we had Svechnikov. Why do I keep forgetting what team he plays on? I want to say it's the Hurricanes. Yeah, we're going to stick with the Hurricanes, final answer. But yeah, I mean, and they both, Connor McDavid, he had 4, so he cashed on that for us, and then Svechnikov had 3, so he barely cleared it, but that's all that we needed. We just needed him to have 3. Like I said, he averages 2.6 or something like that this year. I just wanted to be on the one side of the over. That hit, so that one cashed. It's not a big parlay. Like the other ones I was making, they were kind of a little bit more juice, just because they were plus 400, plus 500. We had one that was plus 600, but that was when you had 4 games on the slate, where you can take 4 picks if you want to and put them all together. So it is what it is. It happens. But that one, thankfully, cash for us is only a plus 222, but that's pretty much as good of odds as you get. It's a little bit better odds than you get on a minus 1.5 on a favorite. So pretty good there. So feels good, that we got the first one out of the way, especially now that we're only going to have 2 games each day. So for the rest of these series, hopefully they go 7 games, because we can hit on these, I think, pretty easily and pretty consistently. So with that being said, we'll move on to the games today. And they're not going to pop up here. That's such a bummer, because I wanted to keep Florida and Toronto right here too. But as you guys can see, Toronto's up 3-2 right now against Florida. They won the first game. Toronto's up 1-0 in the series. Third period, we got 16 minutes left in the game. 3-2. It's been kind of exciting, kind of close all game. So, all right, let's go to NHL and go and find these games so I can give you guys odds and all that kind of stuff. All right. Okay, it did stay up there. Sweet. All right, so we'll start off with the Hurricanes and the Capitals. Like I said, I did like the Capitals to win that first game. They did not. Hurricanes beat them in overtime. It was 2-1. A very low-scoring game. Capitals scored first. They were up one goal like halfway through the game, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Capitals should win. Hurricanes probably score, but Capitals score again, win the game. It was the opposite of that. Hurricanes scored, and then they went to overtime. Hurricanes won in overtime. So bummer that one didn't cash. The other one did, so still pretty even right there. A little bit in our favor just because of how the odds were on that, but. We're going to kind of run it back a little bit. I think we're going to be running it back with both picks, but we'll see. For the Hurricanes and the Capitals, we're going to take the Capitals here again, money line. They're at home and they're still not the favorite, so I'm going to take the Capitals again. I get the Hurricanes beat them, but the Hurricanes barely beat them. Like, it took overtime to beat them. So I like the Capitals, button some things up, maybe score a little bit more. It's probably going to be a little bit higher scoring of a game. I'd say probably 3-2 Capitals. Yeah, most likely. Like, I'm not taking the Hurricanes here at -1.5 at plus 195. It's tempting if you like the Hurricanes to win this game, but I don't. Now, if it's something like that where we're getting like a plus 195 when the Hurricanes are at home, that's something that I might end up doing because, like I said, I do like the Hurricanes to win this series, and I think when the Hurricanes are at home, they're going to be able to win by 2, maybe even 3 goals. So when that happens and once it switches, we'll see and we'll look at that, in 2 days. So keep a lookout for that because we'll most likely try to play around these 1.5. Same thing with the Oilers too because I like the Oilers a lot. Now we can move on to the next game. So for that game, Hurricanes Capitals. We're just taking the Capitals money line. I do have faith in the Capitals to be able to get at least one of these home game wins. They didn't get the first one. I think they'll bounce back, get the second one. And then moving on to the next game, Oilers at the Golden Knights. What's crazy here is like the Oilers, like Golden Knights, like I said, we'll just recap it again. Golden Knights scored, 2-0. They were leading the game, and then Oilers come back and score 4 unanswered. So with that being said, it's like, okay, cool. Oilers know how to win in Vegas, obviously. They scored 4 unanswered, so Vegas couldn't do anything to stop them. And yet the Oilers still aren't favored here in this game. It's the Golden Knights are still favored, and I think that has to just be part of the book being like, okay, it's Vegas. Like, people are going to be betting on the home team, so we have to make them the favorite, or else people are going to be getting plus 1.5, and they'll throw a bunch of money on it because they think the Golden Knights can keep it close. I'm not there with Vegas right there. I just can't be. Like I've said, I have my own opinions about Vegas, and I just think the Oilers are a way better team. So we're gonna get plus money again here, Oilers money line. Like, it's really tough to go win 2 games in a row, especially in somebody else's arena. But I think the Oilers can do it. It's just that 4 unanswered is just I want to take Vegas and I want to take the Golden Knights. I'm just like, okay, I could take them. And I could take a -1.5, right? I don't think they're going to win this game by 2 points. I really don't. And then also, like, if you're going to go money line, it's -135, which I don't really like doing. I like taking the underdogs. And, I mean, this isn't even really that big of a road underdog, in my opinion. Like, they should be favored in this matchup. So, we'll take them at plus 115. We'll see how the lines look once it switches and we're actually playing in Edmonton. But, I mean, the -1.5 for Edmonton at home, that could be a very profitable little winner for us for the next 2 games after this game. If the Oilers do win, I would honestly look at a 4-0 sweep for the Oilers if they can win both games in Vegas. I guess I'd say the same thing for the Hurricanes too. If the Hurricanes do win this game, then you probably start looking at either a 4-0 or 4-1 and see what the odds are on that. We'll probably end up doing that just because they have the next 2 games at home. So we can see both these series being a 4-0. I don't think so because I think that the Capitals win this game against the Hurricanes at home, but we'll see. It could be something like that where we could have 2 series end real quick. The Maple Leafs are almost doing it too, but they're all also at home. So, but with that being said, we'll jump on to our 2-pick parlay. Like you guys know, I had talked about it a little bit at the start of the video, but we just take 1 pick from each game. That's all that we do. And we try to juice it up a little bit. Like, the last one was plus 220. Like, the ones I was able to do before with 3 or 4 games, you can get it up there. By the way, you guys can't see it because it just went away. But here, let's put this back on there. As you can see, Florida just scored again, so that's pretty exciting right there. They scored against Toronto, so now it's 3-3 with 14 minutes left. That's pretty cool. So good for Florida. The reigning defending champs, they were actually able to tie up a game. That's good for them, especially against Toronto. I like the Maple Leafs a lot. They won their division for a reason. So, but here's the parlay. As you guys can see, it's a little bit higher than it was, in 2 days ago at plus 222. That was that one. This one's a plus 339. First, we're taking Seth Jarvis for the Hurricanes. We're taking him over 2.5. Right, Seth Jarvis has been one of I bet on him a couple times in the regular season and he wasn't bad, and then I'm pretty sure I took him a couple times in the playoffs. Hasn't really been that profitable, but it's also one of those things where it's like he is still one of the guys that does shoot the puck quite a bit. where I have my notes down on this. Yeah, he had 3 in the first game. So we're kind of just playing it. There's a reason why it's minus 110. Seth Jarvis is kind of just like, he's not really that as consistent as you would want him to be, but also getting the minus 110 on him, it's kind of a toss up in the air if he's going to get there or not. Now, moving on to the Oilers and the Golden Knights, we're doing Evander Kane. He had 2 shots in the last game. Okay, so we're hoping for a bigger game from him in this one. Hence why you're getting the plus 130. I don't mind it. He's a left wing. It's just one of those things where it's like, where's the puck gonna go? Are they gonna try anything else? Like, can Vegas actually like stuff up their defense a little bit so they don't lose the game and give them 4 unanswered goals? So if that's the case, Edmonton's gonna have to do something a little different. I think Evander Kane, a little left side attack. I think that'll be, a prime spot for him to be able to get 3 shots on goal, hopefully. And I mean, you're getting plus 130 on it too. And I decided to juice it up a little bit more, see if we can get a little bit riskier and still be able to cash on this parlay just because we hit the one 2 days ago. So those are the 2 picks right there. As you guys know, we also turn these things into shorts, so we're going to run through it one more time. First off, we got Seth Jarvis over 2.5 shots on goal. Plays for the Hurricanes. I like Seth Jarvis here. He had 3 in the, I'm pretty sure he had 3 in the last game. Yeah, 3 in the last game. So we just need the same night for him. It's a minus 110 bet. It makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys too. Next we're going to Evander Kane. This is the reach. Obviously you can see it's plus 130, but it boosts up the parlay to plus 339. Also over 2.5 for him. I like Edmonton just to be able to do attack a little bit more than they did in the last game, and I think Vegas will be able to play a little bit better defense too, so they're not getting 4 unanswered. But there you go. That's what I got for you guys. Plus 339 for that parlay. Let's cash on this one too. That'll be 2 in a row. It won't be 2 days in a row just because we did miss yesterday, like I said. But it'll still be 2 parlays, two picks. Like, if we can be profitable with these things, we can start throwing a lot of money on these and, 3xing, 2xing our bets like every single day for every game that's being played. So if you guys like that, let me know in the comments too. If you guys want me to start doing like parlays, I could take 2 picks from each game. I can't throw them all together, but I could do something like this and do 2 picks for shots on goal and do 2 for a game and take 1 person from each team if you guys want me to do that too. That's always something fun to look at too. You can do a same game parlay and take some guy for like 3 or 4 shots on goal. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys have winning these series too. Because like I said, I like the Hurricanes to win. I like the Oilers to win. I said that before the first game was even played 2 days ago. If you guys didn't catch that video, you guys can always go back and watch it. Just fact check me if you guys want to. But that's all we got for you guys. Until next time, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay sharp, stay icy. See you guys later.